Good day, everyone. It is another computer science class, and today we will be discussing memory units. My name is Suleiman Fatima. The topic outline is as follows: 1. Memory units. 2. Types of memory units. 3. Primary memory and secondary memory. 4. Comparison between primary and secondary memory. Objectives of the class. At the end of the class, students should be able to explain and list the types of memory units, state the differences between primary and secondary memory. Now let's start the class. Memory unit. What is a memory? A memory is a collection of storage registers used to transfer information in and out of the unit. The memory unit is the part of the computer that holds data and instructions for processing. Although it is closely associated with the CPU, it is completely different from CPU. They perform different functions and they are located at different places on the motherboard. A memory unit is an essential feature of all computer systems. The computer memory can store information, which can be called data, and instructions, which we can refer to as computer program. Types of memory units. There are two main types of memory units, and they are primary memory, which can also be called main memory, and secondary memory or auxiliary storage devices. Let's discuss primary memory or main memory. Primary memory is the memory that is directly accessed by the CPU to store and retrieve information. Most of the time, primary memory is also referred to as the random access memory. It is a volatile memory which loses its data when the power is turned off. It is constantly accessed by the CPU to get data and instructions. Whatever information or data the CPU is working on, it temporarily stores it on the random access memory, and hence the need to constantly access it to fetch data and instructions. The main memory is divided into read-only memory and random access memory, that is ROM and RAM. Now let's discuss RAM and ROM. RAM, random access memory. Data stored here can be accessed, as the name suggests, in any random manner. RAM memory is very fast. Of course, it has to be very fast because the CPU continuously fetches instructions from it to be executed. It is volatile, so whatever data that is stored on the RAM is lost when it loses power, and it is very expensive. Yes. ROM stands for read-only memory, and the name stems from the fact that while data can be read from this type of computer memory, data cannot normally be written onto it. That is, you can read from it, but you normally cannot write onto it. It is a very fast type of computer memory, which is usually installed close to the CPU on the motherboard. It is important to note that information on the ROM are written by the manufacturer, and that is why it cannot normally be edited. However, it is important for the CPU to access this information on the ROM for it to be able to boot and operate normally. Now, let's see. This is a picture of ROM and RAM. Secondary memory, on the other hand, also called auxiliary storage devices, like I said earlier, are storage devices that are not accessible directly by the CPU and used as a permanent storage device that retains data even after power is turned off. Yes, whatever data you have on your secondary memory remains with or without power. It is usually physically located within a separate storage device, such as a hard disk drive or a solid state drive, which is connected to the computer system either directly or over a network. These are examples of secondary memory: the hard disk drive, solid state drive, magnetic tape. Even our popular flash drive is an example of a secondary memory. Yes, this is a diagram showing the subdivision of computer memory, primary and secondary. Like I said earlier, primary memory is subdivided into RAM, which is volatile, and ROM, which is non-volatile. RAM can be static or dynamic, while our ROM can be programmable or electronically programmable or electronically erasable programmable read-only memory. Our secondary memory, on the other hand, can be a magnetic tape, a floppy disk, solid state drive, and so on. Now, let's compare primary memory and secondary memory. Starting with primary memory, it can be directly accessed by the CPU. Yes, the CPU can fetch whatever information it needs from the primary memory directly. It has a faster access time. It is volatile. It has limited capacity, and it is expensive. As against primary memory, secondary memory is not directly accessible by the CPU. It has a slower access time. It is non-volatile. Whatever information stored on the secondary memory cannot be easily lost. It has an expansible capacity, and it is not as costly as primary memory. I hope you understand what we discussed. In summary, we have talked about memory units, which is divided into primary and secondary. Primary can be RAM or ROM, while secondary can be our flash drive, hard disk drive, and so on. The primary memory is usually volatile, that is our RAM, while our secondary memory is usually non-volatile. If you understand the class very well, let me ask you a few questions. As assignment, number 1, define memory units. Number 2, list and explain the two types of memory unit. That will be all for today's class. Thank you for your attention. I'll see you next class. Do have a great day.